shop. If it says on the accounts for content in the shop app, if it says connect, like it should work the same way as tools. And honestly, I would rather Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram be you connect them in your tools. And then when you go into here in the accounts page in the content tab inside shop, one of the members of the space can assign, basically like pin their social to that account spot. So for example, I or a member of my space would connect Facebook or TikTok or Instagram in our tools. Then we'd go in here and one of us, it's basically up for grabs, would click a drop down and add the account that we want to connect. And then it would connect. And then people would see Instagram's connected, it was connected by this member. And then TikTok's connected, it was connected by this member. That way you don't connect or see not connected here. It's just a drop down. Very, very simple, very, very sleek. Works almost the same way our Stripe does, right? That way we can get the benefit of connecting TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram. We already have Instagram and tools, but we need the ability like Stripe or Google or whatnot to be able to add as many accounts as we want. Same framework, the tools section. We're just adding another tool or set of tools, but it should look the same in the tools side, and then it should look very simple and sleek on the account side in the content tab. So I'm basically going through my entire platform and constantly combing through it, and eventually it gets to the point where it's really solid, really stable, and as they say, hardened. So I have all these apps, and some of them are hardened and some of them aren't hardened, and some of them have aspects of hardened and some of them have, yeah, there's just different levels of it. But the Pages app is a great example of something that's very stable. There's always something to improve, of course, but when I put it head to head next to other tools that are worth hundreds of millions or billions, I feel pretty confident with my tool. Like I feel pretty confident with the ability for me, my team, my AI to access and use the Pages app. And so it doesn't get tons of fixes. I have a few fixes coming through right now on it. The chat app, which I just clicked here, it is an example of one that has some aspects that are hardened and some aspects that are needing work. So for example, here, the ability to connect, view, manage agents, track sessions, those sessions being consistent. Speaking. But it's very consistent, very stable. It works great. And there's pieces though that need work. For example, the terrain field, this will feel like League of Legends. This will eventually be like its own like full screen experience where you can like go and manage agents and zoom in and out and see all the different projects and where agents are, and basically League of Legends. Connecting machines is very simple, easy to do. This is a new feature. I clicked sign in and then it opened it on the other computer. Wow, that's cool. So I just clicked cursor Grok. It should just say cursor, all available models. This is looking really good on the machine panel. However, I would say that we just basically have different CLIs that we're allowing users to connect to. It should show their logo and their name. And ideally, it's just like a little chip. So it's like Grok or Cursor or Claude or Open Router or Codex, or I don't know, maybe we call it ChatGPT, or OpenAI. You tell me what the standards are out there. But basically, it's just a one-stop shop to connect those things. So for example, the cursor Grok thing is actually limited, because the nuance there is that you would get access to all available models. So we need all available models to be recognized in the agent sessions, chip stuff, but also when you go to connect. If I connect cursor, then it's just like, cool, we can now run everything you want on this machine now that it's connected within the parameters that they allow. So this is an example of it hardening where I just signed into that. If I click here, it will open up on this machine. I don't like how it says not signed in, signed in. It should just say connect or connected. I also don't like how it says signed in or not signed in. It should just say have a connect button if it's not connected. And if it's connected, that whole CLI should have like a really nice modern encirclement over the container row of that CLI. Use a nice green or a color within our CSS theme so that it matches everything. We're trying to refine and really like streamline and harden everything here. So on-box models. And then with on-box models, we have the ability to help people download models on their computer. And I think it should almost be like a CLI. And maybe we have, instead of it saying on-box models, maybe we just have different CLIs. Like it's just called native, and native helps them download alpaca and mule. And so when they, instead of just saying like that one, you wouldn't just click connect because some people might not be able to host mule or alpaca. So that one would be a drop down. And then there would be the ability to download alpaca, and there would be an ability to download mule. And it would show like really subtly that it's like which model it actually is or what it's based on. And it's like a harness based on this. So it would just show, you know, Olama or what's mule? I'm forgetting what mule is. But when you would hover on that, maybe there's a little info icon, it would show like that it's this model with some like hoists that allow it to function well within our machine tools. No slop, very refined, everything's very minimal. And of course, very easy to download alpaca and mule onto your machine. I'm trying to think of what, it's like really nice to exercise brain power instead of just Googling and asking AI for everything. But I'm having free LLM models. There's Olama there, and others are Quen. But it would be nice if we not only had the native collection, but we had other CLIs. So if someone wanted to download DeepSeek or whatever. And then also with speaking of CLIs, can we support Kimi? Can we support, like, you lead the way here. What are the standards? What are the things we can do? Because this is going to be a massively valuable feature. Take your time here. Don't fuck it up. No cap. All things forward. Let's go. FR, FR. All right. So this is how I make money. Speaking of making money, I need to make money. So if you have any money, you can give it to me. Just kidding. But I have some client work I need to do. One of them is going to require me to slow down development on the cloud. But we're just cruising. We're just going too damn fast. Where's Codex? We have 5 agents running right now, but if I'm doing the math correctly, we can run 4 or 5 on the mini. We can run 2 or 3 on the MacBook. So if I'm doing the math right, that is 6 to 7, right? We need to get some codecs in there. We have plenty to do. Let's ride like a grand stallion fleet. This is how it's done. This is how true heroes work. This is how um, this is how we do